everyone, I'm Brett Jordan, and this is the Suckerpunks Sacramento Acoustic Cast. I've got my guest tonight, Artie Dorame from Killdevil. Say hello.
Hello everyone, glad to be here.
Alright,
Thanks for the invite, yeah, appreciate it.
So Artie, how long have you been playing music?
Pretty much all my life. I did start back in the 3rd grade in band, played the trumpet, and then I switched to the snare drum, and then
Recorder.
no. I think I even tried the clarinet, but no guitar until high school. Yeah, I took guitar class in high school, and it just came pretty natural to me. So I was kind of lucky.
Did you form a band in high school to start with?
I did. That was called. It was called Piston. Actually, God, it's been a while. Yeah, and there was no vocals. I was not yet a singer, so I started out actually just playing guitar. So we just jammed out instrumental stuff while I worked on my voice, I guess.
Okay, did you play any shows?
Yeah, actually we played at the high school. We finagled some equipment from the guitar instructor and got him to let us play during lunch. So that was probably one of the best lunch times at high school I can remember.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. What high school did you go to?
San Juan High.
San Juan, so you're Sacramento local?
Yeah, grew up here.
Cool, cool. And what exactly was it that made you start playing music?
Definitely early 80s rock, heavy metal. I remember hearing Van Halen for the first time, and I'll never forget it. That definitely made me want to play guitar.
Okay.
Yeah, all those rock bands and hair bands and metal.
Yeah.
That my cousin was a big influence too. He's older than me, so I got to experience all his music through him, and definitely guitar players like Van Halen and Joe Satriani inspired me to get a little more technical and start to.
Yeah, definitely. Even drums, even that kind of stuff.
Eric Johnson.
Yeah, definitely some great ones. So what other bands besides Piston have you been a part of in the past?
After Piston, I formed a band called the Hostages, and we played a few shows. It just kind of spiraled into Killdevil after one of the members left. We changed the drummer, and my brother Alex joined, came up with a cool name, and yeah, so out of that came Killdevil. But we did get our chops, got some songs done, you know, got used to playing shows. That was kind of the first real band I guess I was in.
Okay. And was that like right after high school, or, I mean, how old are you now?
I'm 35 now.
35 now?
Yeah, so it was, I want to say like 10 years ago. I was in that band for a couple of years, and I want to say Killdevil's been around for about 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
So for the first couple of years before that, I was doing that project. So about 10 years total, playing shows.
Okay. So that's quite an impressive resume at this point. You know?
Yeah, got kind of a late start, you know, starting to play, but definitely got the experience and got a little more confident singing. So.
Yeah, but a lot of people, they end up getting tired of, you know, playing all these shows over and over. You know, a lot of people still have that big dream of, I'm going to make it big, you know, even though it's a different world out there as far as music goes. And so, you know, to plug away for 10 years and, you know, you've got the experience, you've got the recognition from all these different fans that you have throughout Sacramento. It's pretty impressive to keep with something that long, you know. It's not making you rich at this point, is it? But
definitely no.
But it's something you're passionate about, right? So that's why you do it.
I love it. Definitely.
That's good. So what other bands besides these hair metal bands have influenced you as a musician?
Let's see. My mom actually got me into the Beach Boys and the Beatles at a really early age. So oldies, I can appreciate the 50s. Even now I'll listen to Richie Valens or Buddy Holly. Back when music was just, rock and roll was kind of just beginning, you know, and they knew what they were doing.
Still had a lot of blues and country in it. You know, it's changed a lot. When you get to the hair metal bands, there's not as much of the blues or the country in it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's still it's still there. You can still hear it, but it's very, very diluted by that point. But I know what you mean with the older stuff because I grew up on that too. My mom and my dad used to play all kinds of stuff for me. I know all the Buddy Holly songs by heart. I can sing them, note for note, all kinds of old stuff like that. Yeah,
it's good stuff. It never gets old, and like I said, they were pioneers, so I have that respect for them too. Starting a whole rock and roll generation, basically.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So, what's the first song you have to play for us tonight?
I have a song called it's called Heart Attack, and I guess the title comes from, I was watching the news and some guy had a heart attack and he was in his 30s, and it just kind of perplexed me that you can have a heart attack at any time. You know, you don't have to be 60 with clogged arteries. I guess you could just snap at any time. So that's where the title came from, and I just kind of worked off of that. Not taking things for granted, basically, you know, because when it's your time, and unfortunately for that guy, you know, he's not going to see his 40s. Yeah. So I don't know what the deal with him was, but it was just the notion that it happened to some guy that's around my age, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, you gotta live in the moment,
mm-hmm.
So you never know when it's going to be your last.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll go ahead and play that one. This one's called Heart Attack.
You've been so far away from sin. Never thought you'd stop to drift. And you got alcohol suddenly ain't so small. Please take the count, I do insist. Reaching that itch on my back. Woke up right before a heart attack. Alright then, best be on my way. Blindfolded, just out the light every day. Like you just need a catalyst. Crashed on a bicycle, didn't see the hurt at all. Still got the strength to resist. Trusting messages inside. Selfish thoughts are telling me to hide. Lower life forms mirroring.
So is that a Killdevil song, or is that just one of your?
That is, most of my songs become Killdevil songs, so it's just a matter of transcribing them from an acoustic guitar to a band situation. You notice that middle part in there is just kind of a strum. Well, if I was to transcribe it, I'd make it a little more chunky, maybe some palm muting.
Yeah.
So it's just, and that's fun, you know, because then you get two versions of the song.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And is that how you write a lot of your stuff? Do you start off on the acoustic and move it to an electric, or?
Definitely. Yeah, almost all of them started off acoustic. Yeah, it's easy. It's my way of doing it. Of course, it's always fun, you know, jamming around in the studio with live music, and it's fun to come up with something like that. But generally, I definitely bring the idea to the band after I come up with it on acoustic.
Okay, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. So, who gives you the most support as a musician? Like, who do you and you know, do you ever have anyone who's like telling you that you should just give up on it? It's silly.
I get a lot of support from, I guess, the music scene in general. Everyone is very communal and just cordial, and I share a practice space with a couple of bands, and just seeing them do it that's kind of how I draw my support, by just seeing other people persevere, keeping on, doing what they love. But you know, definitely my family, my brother. Everyone's really supportive. But I think the music scene in general, all the bands we play with and know and respect, there's nothing but support in this scene, I believe.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's something that we always hear when we get people in here for this, is that Sacramento is such a loving and caring place when it comes to the music scene. You know, all these bands are out there supporting each other and hyping each other up and congratulating on each other on great songs and great shows and everything. And it's just this brotherly love feeling, you know. Everyone's out there to have a good time and enjoy each other's creativity, you know, enjoy each other's art and passion.
Agreed.
So, what is it you do for a day job, and how does that influence your music?
I am a route driver, so luckily I get to listen to music, delivering. I have a daily route, so it's pretty set. But I don't know how it would affect my music. I do a lot of like daydreaming, which I shouldn't while I'm driving, but a lot of songs will come in my head during the workday, and if I'm lucky, I'll have my tape recorder and I'll record it. But I've written songs that just come from one little riff that pops into my head while I'm working, whether it's a good day or a bad day. Like, you never know when creativity is gonna strike.
Yeah, just a couple of random notes. You grab the record it real quick, you know, like dun 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 into the thing. That's pretty awesome. That's, you know, that's a good way to make sure that you don't forget those important little things, which I know when I go to write and stuff, I sometimes forget what little detail that made everything work that I came up with. So I always try to put stuff in my phone on a little notepad or something like that.
Yeah, thank God for cell phones. You could just it's always on you, and you can, you know, if you come up with words or a song, it's right there. Right
there waiting. So, what do you think about the way that technology and the internet is changing music overall?
It's humongous in that, you know, to be in a band, you pretty much have to have a computer. You know, networking comes from, you know, all the networking sites and booking shows. I mean, it's all changed now. You know, you don't have to call up a venue to book a show and send them a demo. You just click a button and they know what you sound like, and it's impacted it a lot. Yeah, I mean, even cell phones, you know, can get a hold of your band members whenever you want, you know, and you don't have to track them down if they're late. You can call them on it. It's not like, you know, the old days where you have no way to get in touch with them, or
you're like, where's our drummer?
And even like for my band room, we have a little page on Facebook, that like a secret room where we can communicate, schedule practice times, make sure we're not practicing on the same day, and so everybody who shares the practice space knows what night someone's going to be in there or not.
Yeah.
We don't even have to use our phones. We could just check our little room, our private chat room. Yeah.
All right. So, do you have another song for us?
Yeah. The song is called "Deciding Factor." It is just about decision making. I tend to be very indecisive, and so sometimes the deciding factor of a problem becomes apparent, and it just sometimes life makes decisions for you, and then sometimes you have to step up and make them. So this is about kind of the discrepancy and the intertangledness of those two ways of deciding things.
Imagine it could be this way, or maybe I could. Trying to fathom far and distant days I tainted with blood. The sights and smells our senses built into technical wiring of a machine built to be pragmatic, no room for styling. I have been holding deciding factor. Deciding factor. The path I stray, still counting days and always searching for that magical number that seems so sturdy and much stronger. Running into the haze is scary, can't put it up longer. Gotta get used to days against the grain till it gets brighter. Drink from the light, deciding factor. Deciding factor. Deciding factor. Running into the haze is scary, can't put it off longer. Gotta get used to days against the grain till it gets brighter. Drink for the light, deciding factor. Deciding factor. Deciding factor. Deciding factor.
All right. That was awesome.
Thank you.
So what is it that you find most difficult about being a musician? Having a band that you're trying to go out there and promote with and show people your art. What do you find difficult?
I would say, let's see, I had a hard time booking a tour. I think that was one of the hardest things I've tried to do. I still have yet to do it, but I don't know, it was just tough for me. I found it really hard as far as booking one show in one city and then a city that I think is close by, but the city that I booked one show at booked me for another. It was kind of like the band that I thought was playing in one city was actually playing in another city, and just that whole just tour booking thing was pretty difficult for me.
It's kind of an organizational nightmare.
Yeah, and then getting time off. I think that's hard when you have to hold down a job, and you know, sometimes you got to work Saturdays, and sometimes you can't do a show on a certain day, but everyone else can. You know, but you got to work. Affording gear, you got to afford gear.
Oh yeah, definitely. I know that us with, you know, our production company stuff that we put together, we put so much money into it, especially Ben, and it's just so expensive. We're always looking at what other equipment we need or could use to make better stuff. And I mean, we've got like our lights now, and we had to get replacements because some of those busted on us. So yeah, it piles up, those bills. You gotta hold down that job, otherwise what's the point of touring, right?
Yeah.
Because then you're not going to be able to afford to play even.
Definitely.
So, you mentioned earlier that your brother Alex is in Killdevil with you. What's that like having your brother coming in with you?
I like it because it's like, it allows us to spend time as adults, you know, together. When you're kids, you grow up together, but then when you get your job and, you know, you don't see your family as much, so it's nice having family around on a regular basis. Music, you know, it's fun to write music with them because, you know, we get in an argument, we're brothers, we can, you know, squash it the next day. And, we get to trade ideas, you know, so it's different, you know, it's really different. I like it.
That's pretty cool because I know that being in a band, I've heard from a lot of my musician friends, can be very contentious, you know. A lot of egos start to flare, a lot of creative differences, stuff like that. And that's one of those things that happens between brothers. So I mean, that's awesome that you guys get along and enjoy the creativity so much and everything, because it seems like it would be something that could be very difficult at times, because not only are you fighting with your brother, you're fighting with your bandmate when you guys have differences. So I imagine. But that's good that you guys have that. That is something, because I don't see my siblings enough as an adult. I mean, one of them lives out in the country, the other does live in town, but I still don't see either one of them enough. That's good. You want to go ahead and introduce your next song?
Sure. This is in drop D, so pardon me. This is called Stride. It's about being disciplined. You know, instead of talking about something, just actions speak louder than words. Just do it. If you need to get up in the morning, do it. Don't think about it. Don't talk about it. Don't write about it. I tend to do all of those things. Write about it. Talk about it. I think everyone does to an extent. But this is about just actually taking action and just bypassing that part in your brain that procrastinates or holds you back mentally, or that I can't do it. You know.
So it's a motivational song.
Yeah, I would say so.
I can definitely use that.
About it every day, no need for pouting and get strong. Chin up, don't ruin posture, cause in every day's a moisture. You should be cool, not far up this hill I know about. Secrets and common sense collide. Down, forcing a more confident stride. Wind down with your concoction. Whatever it is, I will not care. Just be true. Ways to end the day, 101. Reading license, stronger rules of thumb. Sipping tea, talking about future endeavors. Ain't no better to write them all out. Replacing trying with
that you'd like to tell people about? Before?
No, nothing at the moment. We are taking a break. I have some issues to take care of. I need some new gear. Started a new job. But I am still writing and playing. So hopefully it's not too long of a hiatus. But I definitely have a full length's worth of songs ready to record, and I'm hopefully this summer I can start making that happen once I have the means and the right gear.
Well, that's good. I look forward to that. Well, Artie, thank you for coming out.
All right, thanks for having me.
Very much enjoyed it. All right, good night, folks.
Night.
Sucker Punk Productions, get some.